Hey guys, welcome back to Beat Sweets Farm. If you're new here, a little bit about our little homestead. We are located in Florida. We bought our property about 4 years ago, or 4 years ago. We have 5 acres, and our little farm is just a place where me and my family, my husband, my 2 kids, try to raise our own meat and eggs. Of course, we have the fun animals, like ponies and a donkey, but for the most part we try to be as self-sufficient as possible, and we have been learning how to garden the past 4 years because it has definitely been a challenge, especially here in Florida. We grow our own, as much as we can, of our own vegetables, fruits. We just started this flower garden this past year. So I wanted to give a little tour of our gardens. I'm going to harvest a little bit because I know I saw some things that are ready to pick, but I'm not going to do like a full-blown harvesting video. Here, this is the first year that we're growing bananas, so that has been a cool process to watch. These are all our flower garden boxes. The summer squash plant. This plant runs all the way over here. I don't even know where it begins. And then the main thing that we have this garden for is the blueberries. We have, I think it's 18 blueberry bushes, which I am going to pick some blueberries. I've been seeing the birds hanging around here lately, and they've been getting the blueberries before I can. So next year we're going to have to put nets on them. But we bought these blueberry bushes from an elderly man that used to have a little blueberry U-pick farm. And he was retired, so he had his grandson post on Facebook that he was selling blueberry bushes, and they're fully mature. They've been producing for years and years, and they were already in the pot. So my sister actually bought them so that we can add to our farm and we can share the blueberries off of it. So I like to come out here every few days because the birds are getting to them this year. Last year we didn't notice too much of the birds bothering them, but I guess they found out we had blueberries this year. These are completely organic. We don't spray anything on our blueberries. I have been having to spray our pumpkin plants and squash plants with BT spray just to kill the caterpillars, because those have been crazy this year, especially now with all the rain. I have to like keep reapplying every few days, it feels like, because the rain just keeps washing it all away. But as for anything else, we do not spray. We try to keep as organic as possible. So I'm just going to finish up picking all these blueberries and I'll show you the rest of this garden. This is a pumpkin plant over here. We have harvested one big pumpkin from it already. And there's another one over here. Actually, we harvested 2. One was huge. It was like about 50 pounds. But that one rotted at the bottom before we even picked it. I was trying to see how big it would get, and it ended up getting rotten. Then we harvested one that's double the size of this one. This one's still a baby. So we're looking forward to that one. And I'm trying not to let the plant get too big because it's already taken over, so I just keep clipping any new growth. There's a chicken in here. You're not supposed to be in here. And we also have some little broccoli. This one's, it got overly started to flower. Little broccoli, green beans, nasturtiums. We just planted that to fill in the space. We have some zucchini plants back here, some green beans. This is a banana tree. And then these were our zinnia boxes, which are ready. They're actually reseeding themselves, as you can see. The new seeds have sprouted, so I'm gonna leave those alone. Papayas. We have papayas almost in every garden because they grow so easily. These are passion fruits, which we planted them here so they can climb up the gate. So right next to the flower and blueberry garden, we have this one. Again, another papaya tree full of papayas. And let me get in here so I can show you what's in here. We have some zucchini, the zucchini box over here. And I have to spray for the little caterpillars because I can see some damage already. This is a carrot box. And this tomato plant is a volunteer tomato plant. We actually had tomatoes planted here like last year, I believe, and they failed. But somehow this plant just popped up by itself. I guess there was some leftover seeds on the ground. And it has been giving us a lot of these super sweet little tiny tomatoes. And I've been picking and picking every time I see the ripe ones. I see one down here. I don't even know what kind of tomato it is, but they're tiny and they're super sweet. So I've been picking those, and look how big the plant is. And I didn't do anything but stake it up on some sticks because it was on the ground. We have a little corn patch that my son planted. Those should be ready to harvest soon. I see the little hairs drying up. They're very little, but without spraying anything, corn doesn't do really good here in Florida. But it's something for him to be proud of, growing himself. Here we just have more zucchinis. There's a pineapple plant back there, green beans. These green beans climbed up the fence. I don't see any ready to harvest yet. They're just flowering. Really big zucchini plant over here. I don't see any zucchini on it yet. And just more green beans. So these down here that you see are flowers. I don't know the name of them. My mom gave me seeds and I just sprinkled them here. But it's like a flower. It's nothing edible. We have zinnias. I love zinnias. They're so pretty and they attract so many pollinators. There's a butterfly here. Butterflies love zinnias. And look how pretty they are. We're actually practicing growing flowers for my sister's wedding because she wants us to grow all the flowers that she'll need for her bouquets and for decoration. And we agreed that zinnias are definitely going to be on the list because they do really good in Florida and they do good throughout the whole year because we've had steady zinnias growing this whole year that we've been practicing with flowers. We have cucumber here climbing up the little branches. It has lots of flowers. No cucumbers yet, but I did see cucumbers back there that I'll show you. These collard greens have been here. I swear they've been here for like 2 years. Look how tall they are. And we keep eating off of them and feeding it to our animals. More zucchini plants, more green beans, different types of greens. I think these are yellow squash. This is all radishes over here. Sunflowers. Sunflowers is another thing that grows really good in Florida. Corn. We got little corn sprouting here. More carrots over there. This is all carrots. There's a little cabbage here. This is the plant where I saw cucumbers. There's one. Looks like it's getting eaten though by bugs. Italian kale has also been there for at least 2 years. So if you're looking for stuff that will keep producing and producing and doesn't die, kales and collard greens are great. More carrots. We have some cilantro here that's growing by itself. We planted cilantro seeds a while ago and they just keep reseeding themselves. The papaya. And we have citrus trees that haven't started producing all along the front here. They were grown from seeds, so it's going to be a few more years till they start even producing. But beans. Up here we have these sweet peas or snow peas, I can't remember. They're flowering now. They're climbing up the fence. And then over here I just sprinkled some wildflower mix, and you can see a little variation of the flowers that had popped up from that. This is our little guava tree. You can see it has little guavas on it all over the place. This is our biggest citrus tree. It was also planted in the back before, but we decided to move it up here, and it has just blown up since it's been up here. It's taller than me. We have some aloe. This was already on the property when we bought it, and we've used it from everything from sunburns to soaps. We've been using it. Pineapples, they're almost getting ripe. Got a few pineapples just in this garden. These were just planted by planting the pineapple tops, like the store-bought pineapple tops. Papaya, I gotta try to get up there and get those two that are getting ripe. And there's one over there ready to pick too. With papayas, I found the best way to plant them is just take the seeds from a ripe papaya, sprinkle them into the dirt, put a little bit of dirt on top, and just forget about them. Like, you don't even have to water them or nothing. They just grow by themselves. Don't baby them too much or anything. So back here we also have milkweed in a few spots. So we have strawberries here and a few over here you can see. These are just random plants that we're growing. There's carrots, strawberries, green beans. These are flowers over here. I'll show you these cool sunflowers, the burgundy ones. Those are so pretty too. I love any type of sunflowers. And then I'm not sure what this is. We had it last year. I sprinkled, it was like a wildflower mix and has came up twice so far. Maybe lemon balm, I think that's what it was. But it's very pretty and it smells good and attracts the bees. I definitely got to pick some strawberries. A big passion fruit vine. Here's two more pineapples. This is a passion fruit vine that we're trying to train it to go up that tree. There's the mint that I was telling you was taking over the box. This is another volunteer tomato plant. It's hanging off the ground as well. So here's some more papaya. Like I told you, I sprinkled the seeds, and what you do when they start growing, you thin them out a little bit. Take out any of the ones that are not that big and leave the stronger ones, and they will grow into trees like that in no time. This one, as you can see, is taller than our shed. Okay, we have potatoes back here, another pigeon pea. We have some more cucumbers, more pineapple. So that is my fruit pickings for today. I picked 3 papayas, a handful of strawberries, and a handful of blueberries. And I'll show you in here what we got going. So we have some lettuce, which I have found this little greenhouse to be the best for lettuce because the sun doesn't hit it directly, so we don't get that bitter lettuce that we used to get when we used to try to grow it outside. We have the tomatoes are doing great. I know I did a video saying that I was going to run up some string so they could keep climbing up, and that's working out perfect. They're growing there. We have basil. Basil's another one that I could not ever get to grow like outside in the sun, but in here they're doing great and they smell amazing. We have some peppers. I love this little greenhouse because it keeps everything safe from most bugs. We do have some bug damage, you can see here, and some of the peppers got eaten up, but those are just, I guess, little caterpillars that live in the dirt because I don't ever see them, but they're doing a little bit of damage. Nothing as close to if I would have them out exposed. Here's another pepper. And more green beans, eggplants. So this is what we got in here. The only thing we haven't done, which I would like to do in our future farm, is plant more fruit trees, fruit bearing trees, and like avocado trees, mango trees, stuff that grows good in tropical weather. I don't know if our future is in Florida. I know my husband's kind of tired of Florida. He's lived here all his life. I came from New Jersey. I miss having all the seasons and the snow, and I know everybody moves here to get away from that, but I miss it. And I don't know. Like, I don't know where our future is going to be, but this is definitely not where we're going to live the rest of our lives. We really like it, and everybody, including ourselves, is proud of everything we've achieved here. But I feel like this is not our forever home. We're blessed with what we have and the 5 acres that we were able to easily finance, and we're happy that we're able to raise our own meat and eggs and our vegetables and our fruits, and everybody loves coming to visit our farm and purchase our products that we make. But I see ourselves in a more like private area. This is a pretty quiet neighborhood. I like how like in the country it is, but I feel like it's not country enough, and maybe what I am looking for in the future doesn't even exist anymore because of so many new homes being built and stuff. But I don't feel like this is our forever home, for multiple reasons. We have neighbors, which we get along perfectly fine with. We have a guy that lives over here and a family that lives on that side. And we are blessed that we're able to get along with them. There has been no problems or anything. But I feel like our future home, I don't want any neighbors. I don't know if it's too much to ask, but I like a completely private little escape area. Not have to worry about bothering anybody or having somebody bother us. Nobody has complaints about our animals or anything, or noise or smell complaints, which we are lucky for, because I know a lot of people don't have that luxury to have neighbors that don't really care and don't complain. They can't really say much anyway because we live in an agriculturally zoned area. But I would love just a private escape with no neighbors at all, with a long driveway to get to our house. Nobody knows where we live. That type of thing. Like just a more private area. This, where we live now, is pretty country and it's far away from everything, but it's building up here, and I know in the future it's not going to be like this anymore, and I just want to move farther away from everybody. I'm not afraid of being far away from the stores or anything like that. We just want a more peaceful environment. Not that this isn't peaceful, but I know some people understand what I mean. Like right now, our farm has been growing a lot, and like on social media, people know where we live. We do farm events, and I had to remove my address from our Facebook page and our Google listing because people just kept showing up here thinking that we're like an amusement area or like a petting zoo. And I've said it from the start, we're just a homestead where we're trying to raise our own meat, eggs, vegetables, and fruits. And because everybody was so curious and wanted to learn more, we started allowing visitors to come and visit our home, because this is basically our home. But we've had people show up, either they just show up without calling or messaging, thinking that we're just open all the time, like a regular business with business hours. We don't have any hours of operations posted, and people just show up. So I deleted my address. I just don't like that. Like, I don't think anybody wants to feel uncomfortable in their own home, feeling like somebody's just gonna pop up, or in other terms, people are always messaging me on our Facebook page wanting to visit. And I guess it's just nature for us to like want to have our alone time, because my husband's the same way. He doesn't like hanging out outside of our home for too long, or hanging with a bunch of people. Even with family like events, we don't. It's just very exhausting, and we like our peacefulness and our alone time. So like, I don't think I want to do the having people over here all the time for the rest of my life, especially as we get older. I just don't know like what our future holds, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to get to. But I know I love homesteading, I love our farm, I love gardening, and I love making stuff for my home kitchen and selling those stuff to help our family with bills. I would like it to continue like that, but this is definitely not our forever home. Like, I can feel it in my heart. When we first moved here, it was all great, but within the first year, I knew this wasn't going to be our forever home. It's just, I just want to move away and just like restart, I guess. Not really restart, but continue what we're doing, but somewhere else far away where people just kind of back off and not be on top of us. Like, even on our Facebook page, we share new things that happen, like the birth of new animals and stuff, or if we have a pregnant animal, we share that with people. But then people are constantly wanting updates. Like, if there was something new to share, I would have put it on our page already. You don't have to be asking me for updates all the time. I almost feel like people feel entitled to just be all up in your business. I just want to be able to choose what I want to share and not have to share every little aspect of our farm, every little aspect of what's going on. So I feel like moving somewhere more private, more reserved is going to help with that. Maybe moving to another state completely, but then it breaks my heart because I don't want to move away from family either. Our family lives pretty close to each other right now, except for a few. So I don't want to move out of state, but if that's what's in God's plan, then it's probably going to happen. I'm just leaving my options open to see what it is that God wants us to do with our future. Odie's like, I hope I get to stay in your future. Yes, you get to stay, Odie. We're just going to see what happens. I love our life right now. Is that your two favorites, Princess? I'm not complaining about our life. We just, in our hearts, feel like this is not going to be our forever home. And we look forward to the future. I hope we have enough land that we can have cows again, because we tried cows back here. Just wasn't enough space, not enough grass for them to eat. I would love to have more acreage so we can keep some cows, have more animals free ranging without worrying about them eating all the grass, like what happens with Odie and the ponies back here. So we're just going to see what happens. We're going to keep on going and doing what we're doing, and I'm sure within time it'll become more clear to us what we need to be doing in our future and what we need to do to make those changes. But we'll see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed our garden tour and it inspires you to start your own garden, organic gardening, and growing your own flowers, and you get to see what grows. I share a harvesting video every month to show you what is possible to grow in Florida. Every state is different, so we've just been experimenting these past 4 years with Florida and seeing what grows here, and it's all just a big experiment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes weather, like these past 2 weeks, ruins it all because it rains too much. Sometimes the heat is too much and we don't get no rain. So every state has their issues with gardening. So I will post another garden update this is the June update, so the next one will be in July. Hopefully we still have some stuff growing so I can show you guys in July. And thanks for joining me today. I hope you decide to subscribe to our channel and keep following along, and I will see you guys in the next one.